Hey guys, Besa Gordon here. Until next time, you already know what I'm gonna tell you to do. Have an amazing rest of your day, and of course, keep that energy high.
Hey guys, Besa Gordon here. Welcome to another episode of Back2Besa, where the Northwest connects. Per usual, we have a lot to talk about today, so grab your snacks now if you already haven't. This week on Back2Besa, we catch up with Colina Bruce as she celebrates her Noir Lux Candle Co. collaboration with Starbucks. I headed to Lake City and caught up with Jimmy Bagalini, Livo, and Il Chris for their back-to-school community give back. Hopefully you know I love good food, so you shouldn't be shocked that I pulled up to Communion for their annual fish fry. We go to CID to observe International Overdose Awareness Day. I pulled up to Poco on Cap Hill for the Seattle Black Business Network networking event. Plus, I went to South Lake Union where Nature's Element got my soap and candle game on point. And I'll even get personal with you and tell you how it's really been being part of the Fox 13 family. But first is Hot Topics. Now, in case you missed it, Beyonce is coming to Seattle's Lumen Field on September 14th, and there are a few things you need to know before you pull up. Number one is that parking at Lumen Field is already sold out. So you will want to Uber, take a scooter, carpool, or walk if you can. Dress code is silver, okay? That is number two. Don't have us out here looking crazy. I want it to feel like a big mirror is inside Lumen. Number three, we cannot fail the mute challenge like LA did. I repeat. We cannot fail the mute challenge like LA did. Please study the lyrics on the screen and please mute accordingly at the right time. Now, number four, we're currently running a contest on Hits 106.1 where you're never more than 20 minutes away from winning Beyonce tickets. So if you don't have tickets, listen to Hits 106.1 FM in your car or on our iHeartRadio app. I'm not on air in Seattle on Saturdays, but I will be back Sunday, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. giving away tickets, plus again during the week, 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. Now, this one was wild, you guys. According to Billboard Variety, Diddy has made a groundbreaking decision to give the publishing rights of his label's music to artists like Mace, Faith Evans, 112, The Lox, and Biggie's estate. Now, while the specifics of these deals remain undisclosed, it's rumored that these assets are valued in the hundreds of millions of dollars. This process began in May 2021, and it's noteworthy that Diddy turned down a nine-figure offer to sell the Bad Boy music catalog, choosing to instead honor those who contributed to building his empire. Diddy's move is definitely not normal in the music industry and truly does challenge the traditional practices. Normally, record companies maintain publishing rights to songs created by artists under their labels. However, this practice has been long criticized for favoring companies over the artists. Now, according to Revolt TV, which is the media outlet co-founded by Diddy, he aims to inspire the music industry to follow his lead and disrupt the established norm. He envisions a future where creators profit more sustainably from their work, potentially reshaping how the industry compensates artists. Revolt TV's Isha Thorpe suggests that Diddy views this as part of a broader effort to promote economic empowerment for Black artists and culture. If there are two things I love, it's my candles and seeing my girls thriving in business. I got the best of both worlds last week as Colina Bruce, owner of Noir Lux Candle Co., one of my favorite candle bars, by the way, launched a partnership with Starbucks to carry 3 scented candles to match up with some of Starbucks' latest coffee flavors as part of the Starbucks Seattle Community Capsule Collection. Check out Colina's story.
Tonight we're here to celebrate the launch of our community capsule collection with the Starbucks Reserve Roastery in Seattle. So we were able to create a set of 3 candles. It's been almost a year-long process and I'm like over the moon, excited, nervous, all the things, but I'm so glad that people are coming out to celebrate and buy candles today. Starbucks reached out to me, which is crazy, and they said that they wanted to do a Seattle community capsule collection They wanted to have candles and they wanted us to do them for them. So that's how it happened. They reached out. Again, we've been working on this since November of last year. We made a lot of samples and 3 of them made the cut, and we are official. The 3 candles that we have complement some flavors of their newest coffees that they just released. So we have a blackberry inspired fragrance, we have a citrus inspired fragrance, and then we have like a warm cream inspired fragrance. So 3 kind of different notes, but really to kind of appeal to coffee lovers and candle lovers alike. So there was a little bit of a challenge really initially with that nervousness of working with a brand as big as Starbucks. I will say the week that I got the call from Starbucks, a couple days before I had spoken with them, I spoke with another kind of big box company, and they had expressed interest, and then when we actually talked, they were saying that they felt like I was still kind of small as a business and maybe wasn't ready for that sort of order yet. And so when I connected with Starbucks, they really were like, okay, what do you need? How can we support you? So some of the things that I maybe hadn't done yet, they were able to kind of support me, bring me along, and help me access resources to get to this point. So the candles are only available at the Starbucks Reserve Roastery on Capitol Hill. So you do have to come in, or you gotta send a friend or a family member in to come buy them for you, but they're not available online. You have to walk in to purchase them. If you just want to come in and support Noir Lux, you can come into our candle bar, which is in Belltown, Lower Queen Anne area. You can come in and craft your own custom fragrances. We also have an apothecary that only carries items that are crafted by small Black vendors. So our goal is to just share shelf space and bring other people along with us. I think that, one thing I've said since the beginning of opening my business is that my faith is greater than my fear. And so it has not been easy or just like a safe option to just quit my job and open a business. But we've grown from 1 to 10 staff members. We are active in the community. We've expanded our space since opening, and we're going to continue to do that. Our goal is always to use candles as a conduit to build community and to bring, like I said, bring other people along with us. So I would just say, like, for me, I'm, spiritual, stay prayerful, stay persistent, and write things down and manifest it. And that's kind of my way, my strategy of how we got to where we are now.
And that's on period, okay? Congratulations, Colina. Did you hear how Colina says she's been working on this for almost 1 year? Just a reminder that sometimes things take time. Just keep trusting the process and believing in yourself. Now, make sure you stop by the Starbucks Roastery on Capitol Hill in Seattle and pick up that candle collection. You can also always stop by Noir Lux Shop in Belltown or order online at noirluxcandleco.com. It's back to school time, and that also means it's a time when students and families across our region are in need of not only school supplies, but also a whole lot of love. And that's exactly what happened last week at the Lake City Skate Park in North Seattle as Tacoma businessman and hip-hop promoter Jimmy Bagalini teamed up with Seattle rapper Livo, and they gave back to families in the North End in a major way. Check out what went down.
Where the kids at, man? If you's a kid here, say, yay! There we go, come on.
What's up, y'all? It's Jimmy Bagalini, the Cuban plug, game member. We ran this backpack drive through our business, which we sell custom gold jewelry, and also through our nonprofit Game Member, where it's all about teaching the kids about sales and entrepreneurship instead of taking the street route. Thank you guys for popping out. I just love my community in the Pacific Northwest. I'm from Tacoma. I also have love for Seattle. This is my 3rd event. Normally it's done in Tacoma, but this time I brought it over to Seattle because of Livo. We're in Livio's neighborhood right now, so I wanted to show love to my bro.
Gave out hundreds of backpacks full of supplies, food, bouncy house for the kids, good music, did a raffle, gave away PlayStation 5, a couple of them, Nike gift cards for the kids, of course, everything's for the children. The most important thing is that we all can come together no matter what side of town you're from. and put on something to give back to the community. Like, it takes a village, right?
My family and I came out to a backpack giveaway that we saw about online through social media. Really happy that we came out here. It's been such a great environment, such a great vibe. Just the right energy I think my kids need to going back to school.
I think it's about building the bonds of this North Seattle community so that these children particularly know that they've got not just their own parents, but their friends and their friends' parents and the community as a whole to rely on so they can make the most out of their educational opportunities. You know, there's a big theme of hip hop. You know, Livio's a pretty well-known local hip hop artist. There's some other folks here from that community, and I think it's really cool to see the positive impact hip hop can have on communities. Sometimes the coverage is about the negativity or the lyrics or whatever have you, but clearly this is bringing people together, uplifting children, putting the youth in a position to be successful, and that's what's important. I think hip hop's a very good thing. I started the whole Tacoma battle rap movement over 10 years ago, where we actually did community outreach through battles. I just threw a battle in Seattle where we raised money for this event. So you can use hip hop, it's a tool, you can use it however you want. If you want to use it for negative, you can use it for negative. But we use it for positive, daily, every single day.
He's a winner.
Just seeing like all the kids being here and having fun, and the sponsors like just being all about the kids, giving away free giveaways, haircuts, foods, backpacks, supplies. It was just a great environment, and I think that was the most impactful, just a good time.
All this motion, all this action we got going on, we can give it back. You know what I'm saying? Give back to the same people that are supporting our businesses. If business owners aren't doing these kind of events, I think you should look at them in a certain way because we give back. We love the community. Tacoma and Seattle, that's what it's all about.
This give back was a total vibe. Plus, it was great to see so many happy families in attendance. And honestly, it was also a good look for the hip hop community in the Puget Sound. While I was there, I got to bump into some of my favorite people, including DJ Kun Love, DJ Funk Daddy, and my big bro, Il Chris, who were all in the mix volunteering for the amazing kids. Great work, guys. We're off to another break, though, but when we come back, it's Northwest Connect. Hey guys, Besa Gordon here with some good news. I have a chance for you to win Beyonce tickets. She's going to be over at Lumen Field on September 14th, and if you don't have your tickets, I got you. Make sure that you're listening to me on Hits 106.1 Sunday, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., and during the week, 7 p.m. to midnight, because dude, as long as you're listening to Hits, you are never more than 20 minutes away from winning some Beyonce tickets. And also, if you're not going to be in the car, it's cool. Just listen in on the iHeartRadio app.
When I think about what I would say to a young entrepreneur right now is that there are so many opportunities for growth and learning here in Seattle, Washington, and take full advantage of it. There is all kind of training programs, all kind of grant micro lending programs, so many opportunities. Please take advantage of all that so that you can get the learning that you need so you have a firm foundation so your business can grow.
When Communion Restaurant in the Central District first opened at the end of 2020, it was named one of the top new restaurants in the world by Condé Nast Traveler. And let me tell you, that chef, Christy Brown, has failed to disappoint ever since. Chef Christy has stayed true to her Seattle culinary roots in blending soulful classics with Emerald City favorites, and with the outcome being Seattle soul. So when Chef Christy personally invited me to her annual fish fry and crab boil last week, you already know your girl was on the way. Check out what went down.
Hey guys, Besa Gordon here. I am at Communion Seattle with a award-winning chef, Christy Brown. Dude, this is epic, by the way. Oh my goodness, we have your gold and juicy fish fry going on today.
Yeah.
But it's not even just a fish fry.
Right.
We got a crab boil going on too.
We did it all. We did all the things.
And all the things
Yes.
and more.
Mhm.
Tell us, like, why?
So a lot of people don't know, but we have been doing fish fry for years. I would say over 10 years. We started it because a lot of that Brown Girl Cooks customers were like, we never are able to get your food. Right? We can only get your food at events. And I was like, okay, bet. Well, we'll do the fish fry. So we started doing the fish fry out of the kitchen. Would have people come, lined out the door, coming to grab food.
For me, fish fry, I think about my grand.
Sure.
R.I.P. grand, love you. What does a fish fry mean to you?
Really like bringing people together. That's always my theme for anything that I cook, is that I just love it when people are able to come and sit down and have a meal together. You never know what magic is gonna happen. You know, I grew up, you had the fish, the spaghetti. I threw the spaghetti in this year because that's such a big deal. I'm from the Midwest. We had spaghetti with catfish. So it's just, again, another way to bring folks together. And I think for sure we need that right now.
My girl, Chef Lynn, is gonna tell us all about what's happening. Glenn, tell us what is really going down today.
So today we're actually doing, we got 3 things going on today. So we're doing a fish fry, a chicken dinner, and a crab boil, all going down at one spot on one day, today only.
What is a crab boil?
We used to crab all the time as kids, going to the Des Moines Pier, waterfront, all the way up to Port Angeles to go crabbing. And at the end of the day, me and 14 of my cousins, we would take all that crab together, hot links from a boy Roberto, you know, go get some shrimp, and we would just make a huge crab boil and have a whole family gathering for us, basically as us rewarding ourselves for our work throughout the summertime. For us up in the Northwest, it's all about that Dungeness crab. I know everybody likes that snow crab and the king crab, but it's the Dungeness crab, period, for me. And then, so, of course, your sausage has to be a must.
Sure.
Has to have a must, and I don't care if it's regular sausage, hot sausage, you just gonna need some sausage up in there. The potatoes and all the rest, and the veggies and stuff, that's up to you. It's mainly really what you like, and you can put that up in there. So really, like a crab boil is everything between you and your family and your friends, is you making a whole pot of love.
It's that energy that comes from that moment of just all eating the food together.
It's that and the soul. Because if you don't have that love that you put up in it when you started, it's going to end out like that. You can spread this out and still the family will have a whole argument over the table.
It's like when people say, I season until my ancestors tell me to stop.
Yep, that is me.
Let me tell you, this is absolutely amazing, okay? We got greens, we got fried chicken. The spaghetti literally reminds me of when I was younger. My mom used to make me spaghetti, like, truly took me back to home. Everything on the table right here in front of me is absolutely divine, okay? So what we're about to do is we're about to tap into this. I'm about to be real unapologetically greedy, live my best life, and talk to y'all real soon.
Okay, I know what you're thinking, and no, I didn't eat all that food by myself. Although I definitely could have. It was fire. I shared that amazing meal with my Back2Besa crew, who definitely deserved it. Thank you so much to Chef Christy Brown, Chef Lynn, and my server Niles. Communion is located on 24th and Union in Seattle Central District, and you can visit them online at communionseattle.com. Now, we're off to another commercial break, but when we come back, we get serious as we observe International Overdose Awareness Day in the Chinatown International District. Hey guys, Besa Gordon here with some good news. I have a chance for you to win Beyonce tickets. She's going to be over at Lumen Field on September 14th, and if you don't have your tickets, I got you. Make sure that you're listening to me on Hits 106.1 Sunday, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., and during the week, 7 p.m. to midnight, because, dude, as long as you're listening to Hits, you are never more than 20 minutes away from winning some Beyonce tickets. And also, if you're not going to be in the car, it's cool. Just listen in on the iHeartRadio app.
Immerse yourself in the healing waters of Het Heru for the Het Heru Healing Conference as renowned Het Heru healing dance creator Queen Mother Maj Tamamin guide you on a transformative journey of peace and joy. So mark your calendars on September 15th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and September 16th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Langston Hughes Performing Arts Institute. Reserve your spot now for only $25. Follow us on Instagram at AsarAsatWA to secure your tickets. Let the rhythm move you and let the healing begin.
Overdose is impacting all of us. Whether you're watching this show right now from Seattle or Spokane, Bellevue or Bellingham, big cities to small towns, one way or another, the impacts of drugs, especially fentanyl, are literally killing our community members at a record pace. According to Public Health Seattle and King County, so far this year, there have been over 800 overdose deaths in King County alone, and sadly, the number continues to rise at a record pace. Those who have succumbed to overdose are not just a number. They were someone gone far too soon. Well, last Thursday was International Overdose Awareness Day, and Vocal Wah organized a gathering on 12th and Weller in Seattle's Little Saigon neighborhood to create space for those who have lost loved ones to overdose to remember, reflect, and mourn. Vocal also provided resources and support for those currently battling with substance abuse disorder. Our producer, Winfield Ezell Jr., was there to capture the story.
We're here today for International Overdose Awareness Day, August 31st. The day is very important for us to remember the lives that we have lost and have been impacted by overdose. Because sometimes we're tired of staying names. We want some action. We want our people still here. But we do have this wonderful mural. Please come sign that the person that you may have lost.
Important for us to observe International Overdose Awareness Day because oftentimes folks are not aware of what is happening to community members that are using drugs. And at this point, though, I think that it's hard to find somebody who hasn't been touched by overdose. The thing that we need to recognize, though, every day is that any overdose death is a tragedy and it's preventable. It is preventable by the policy choices that our government makes. It is preventable in that we should have access to treatment so that people can stay alive and be with their families. And it's also preventable in that we should have meaningful access to naloxone, free access to naloxone in the community.
This event is so great because you got to think about it. They're giving up on themselves, but to see somebody saying you're worth it, you know what I'm saying? And it is a blessing that we'll be able to help the people that don't feel like they're doing anything or they're worth anything because they're doing drugs. And people look down on that, but we got to lift them up to stay here and be better people, you know?
We will feed you. So also, if you are hungry, my brothers over there, now we can get some food. So feel free to come over here and commune with us. We are here, we are community, we are vocal. I'm just very happy to have you all here today. This is an amazing moment for our survivors in recovery, our survivors that aren't in the areas in the abstinence-based spaces. This is for community members to know that you have access to community. We will be here for you. We will walk with you. Whether you choose, whatever you choose, we choose you is the main point of this specific event.
Thank you to Deontay Damper, Malika Lamont, and Vocal Washington for not only acknowledging what is happening in regard to overdose throughout our region, but for also creating space for family and friends who have lost loved ones and resources for those struggling right now. Also, much love to Takia Ward, who painted the Purple Ribbon Mural of Remembrance. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, head over to whereweconverge.com/Back2Besa for resources. That last story brings home so much of the tragedy and despair that we're dealing with in our communities across the Pacific Northwest. From fentanyl crisis, drug overdose, gun violence, and suicide, the numbers are all troubling and at times can put us in a state of despair. Now, I know for sure I don't have all the answers, but what I can do is use this platform to encourage you, especially you who are going through it right now. Those of you who have lost loved ones or are struggling to make it through to another day, I can encourage you to stay hopeful through it all. Before we go to break, I want to leave you with the song Hope, performed by Seattle's own Shayna Shepherd, with the hopes that whatever you might be going through right now, your spirits will be lifted.
What do I see through a lens of fear? 1,000 little steps to go. What do I fear after all these years? Lord knows I don't even know. I've been running on the edge of a sundial, sleeping in the shadow. I've been begging you to see me, then hiding beyond the unreachable. Looking out left on a right-hand turn, just trying to make a deal. A lazy shoes and love is a love that turn. That's the kind of food that heals. I've been searching for the end of an era, waiting to be ready. The world is bigger than a moment. Be steady, that's how you can feel it's real. But I feel naked in my new clothes, 'cause I got used to hiding the holes. This old world got new tricks and I'm in the thick of it. This I swear I'm already sick of it. At least I found the antidote. Oh. I know no one is a shadow. 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 No one is a shadow. But I feel naked in my new clothes, 'cause I got used to hiding the hole. This old world got new tricks and I'm in the thick of it. This I swear I'm already sick of this world got new tricks and I'm in the thick of it. This I swear I'm already sick of this world got new tricks and I'm in the thick of it. This I swear I'm already sick of it. At least I found the antidote.
Hey guys, Besa Gordon here with some good news. I have a chance for you to win Beyonce tickets. She's going to be over at Lumen Field on September 14th, and if you don't have your tickets, I got you. Make sure that you're listening to me on Hits 106.1 Sunday, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., and during the week, 7 p.m. to midnight, because, dude, as long as you're listening to Hits, you are never more than 20 minutes away from winning some Beyonce tickets. And also, if you're not going to be in the car, it's cool. Just listen in on the iHeartRadio app.
What I would say to that future entrepreneur is self-care. I think that the process of building a business and wearing all the hats that come with that can be very challenging. And sometimes we miss out on really cool, important opportunities with people we love and within our community. And although we make an impact as entrepreneurs, to people in our community, especially like with our families, like not only from a financial standpoint, but just from them seeing you live your dreams, it can inspire the people in your house and the folks around you. But I also think that entrepreneurship can be hard, and sometimes you don't think about taking care of yourself. And I think that should be something that's planned from the very beginning when you start to think about owning a business.
Welcome back to Besa. Seattle Black Business Network held a mixer last week at Poco in Capitol Hill, and they knew exactly how to get your girl there. It was all about seafood, wine, and networking. Definitely a 3 for 3 for me. SBBN was founded by Ernest Kelly 4 years ago when he moved to Seattle from New Orleans as a way to bring Black business owners and professionals from across the Seattle metro area together and deepen business relationships across our community.
Today we having a seafood ball at Poco Lounge in Capitol Hill. It's a Black-owned bar, and that's our whole mission, is to support Black-owned businesses. Originally, I'm from New Orleans, and when I came here, it was hard. I've been here since 2019, and it was hard to find Black-owned businesses when I originally came here. So that's what really led me to start the Seattle Black Business Network. And yes, we've been here for about 4 years now.
I call it Poco Bar and Lounge, but it also says the art gallery. We have over 19 pieces in here, where all original pieces. And every 2 months, we trade out the art to the next artist to come. And they sell their art and get 100%. So it goes to the artist, truly supporting gender, Black, there's people of color, LGBTQ+, as well as local artists. That's my distinctions and criteria to be in this space. We have beautiful wines, of course, white wine, red wine, but important, we are intentional about the wine we select. It's a Black-owned wine, House of Brown, it's served here. We find women-owned wines, and so we just find intentional local wines to Seattle wine as well. And so, in Washington State. So just have an opportunity to try something you haven't had. You can't just pick up in a grocery store.
So I just want to say that I love Seattle summer. What I know about Seattle is the summertime, so I interned here last summer with Microsoft, and I had the opportunity to explore hiking. I had the opportunity to go to Daylit, some Sing Seattle events, and really get to discover the Black community, and that was something that I was craving in my MBA program. So we didn't have a lot of Black people in Madison, Wisconsin at the time, so I found myself doing a lot of covering or really trying to blend in so I didn't stick out too much, and as you all know, that can be exhausting. So I found Seattle Black Business Network through word of mouth after a Mariners game event, and I'm so fortunate to have found this community to continue to find other events where I can connect with Black individuals and just network and find my community here.
Being an owner of Poco, this is not my full-time job. I also have a full-time job during the day. And this is part 2, so I have a full-time day during the daytime, I have a full-time night job. What keeps me going is the energy, it's the people, it's the community, it's the opportunity to create space safe space to have transformative conversations around the table and see what's possible. So my day job, I work in diversity, equity, inclusion. And I know the possibility, seeing where differences, I'm from a different city. I moved to Seattle 7 years ago. And I feel this is home. This is home. How did I get there, right? And so for me, is to share that experience with others and be in the same space too. You hear the crowd right now, we talk about the vibe. And so for me, that gives me fuel, that gives me energy, that gives me purpose.
Much love to Ernest and the Seattle Black Business Network. This was a great networking event, and I'm glad I made it and was able to meet so many really cool people. It was also refreshing to hear from Alexis, who just moved to Seattle a few months ago and literally is finding community everywhere she looks. You can learn more about Seattle Black Business Network by visiting seattleblackbusiness.com. I've mentioned before on the show, I have eczema and my skin stays giving me the blues. So I'm always looking for good natural products that will do my skin right. So when I pulled up to the South Lake Union Saturday Market and bumped into Nail Damis Salam, co-founder of Nature's Element, an all-natural bath soap and candle company that got its start at the University of Washington's Foster School of Business, I had to learn more. Hey guys, Besa Gordon here. We are in South Lake Union at their Saturday market, and right now I'm with Nail, the co-owner of Nature's Element.
Hello, how's it going?
Good, good. Dude, tell us a little bit about your products.
I'm more involved with the soaps, although I will pour or mix a candle as well. The soaps are all cold press process and they're coconut and soy based, similar to the candles. We use all natural ingredients as far as the essential oils mixed in, and as well as the exfoliants we use.
Now, let me ask you this. Someone like myself, I have eczema, my skin has been giving me the blues for months right about now. What would you actually recommend, especially right now, you know, seasons are changing, skin is starting to crackle.
They are. So for the crackly skinned folk like myself, I would go ahead and try some of this oatmeal clove, which has all natural oatmeal as well as all natural clove inside of it as well. Really good and refreshing the skin. The lavender bars, we have 2 of them. They're really good as lavender acts as an anti-inflammatory in the body and on the skin. And then also, one of my favorites is our Super Citrus, because not only is it moisturizing, but it has dried orange peel mixed into the batter itself, so when you take a shower, it smells like an orchard. So we are a university-based company. We actually came out of the University of Washington's Foster's Business School, and we actually have been running for over 3 years. I personally have been involved in the candle and soap making about 1.5 years ago, when my childhood friend actually brought this up to me and proposed that I come on board, and been doing it ever since, and I've been loving it.
I love it. Now, the artwork on the candles alone, it's so unique. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so because it's a university collaboration, we actually work with University of Washington design students who were able to take some of our sketches and base models and bring them to life, giving them the nature's edge we were looking forward to originally.
Last question. Say someone's not able to pop up on you like me over at the Saturday market. Is that the same place where they could possibly order some online?
You know what? They can actually go to natureselements.com, and that'll be the place. We do orders, we do ship. So yeah, if they're not able to come see us at SLU, Fremont, Shoreline, Georgetown, or any of the other markets we attend, they'll be sure to find us online.
Awesome.
Hi, my name is Nail, and welcome to Nature's Elements.
Let me tell you, I had to buy all 3 soaps that Nail recommended, and they're all working out just fine. You can grab your own soaps and candles online by visiting natureselementsco.com. Now, we're off to another break, but when we come back, I'll tell you what it's been like being part of the Fox 13 family. Welcome back to Besa. I'm your host, Besa Gordon, and let me tell you, as of today, this girl from the CD is officially 11 episodes in. You know, I think people assume all forms of media are the same, and us media heads come into every space comfortable, but that that's really not the reality. I'm not going to lie, I didn't know what my Fox family would think about me when I arrived, but I'm happy to say it was all love from day one. You know, it's not always easy doing new things, even when it's something that you really want to do. Back2Besa has been an incredible ride so far, but can I be honest with y'all? I was nervous about how everyone at Fox 13 would respond to this girl from the Central District of Seattle who was coming from my world of radio to their world of TV. Well, I'm happy to report that I am not only feeling the love, but feeling right at home with my Fox 13 family, where I continue to authentically be me.
You know her voice from radio, but starting this month, as you just heard, you're going to be able to catch Besa Gordon from Hits 106.1 and Converge Media right here on Fox 13.
Besa's a force of nature.
The woman never stops. Besa's energy I would describe as bouncy. The first time that I met her, I was like, I want to know this girl more. Tell me more.
This morning, we're sitting down with Besa Gordon to get the scoop on her upcoming episode.
Besa can talk to anybody. She's got a great perspective. You know, she can do an entertainment interview. She can tell you what's going on in hot topics. Then she can go talk to a councilman, or she can talk to the mayor. You saw what Besa did at the All-Star game, hosting for Major League Baseball. I mean, Besa is a star.
When it comes to the content, something that really strikes me is how community-focused Besa is. She's always focusing on the youth, which I think has so much value, because these are the young people that are gonna very soon grow up and eventually be in charge of things. And I really think that focusing on these young people at an age that is just so important to their learning process has so much value. It's really an investment in our community.
You know, I absolutely love Besa's show. I think that it brings a community together, especially on topics that we currently weren't covering, and I absolutely love that aspect of highlighting different people's stories and things that you just wouldn't see before.
To see our commitment to diversity here, not only throughout the talent and the regular news channels, but with the Back2Besa show, I was just really excited for her, for that opportunity to get to really tell our stories. She's lively, like energetic. Like some people you feel like you get good energy from. I would definitely say that's one of the ways to describe Besa, whether out at a different event or maybe at a day party, always the same energy, always really good vibes whenever we run into each other.
Thank you, Carly, Maria, Bill, John, Abby, Justine, Sean, Brian, and the entire rest of the team over at Fox 13 Seattle. You guys have truly embraced me with open arms and smiles to match.
Besa Gordon, welcome home to the Fox 13 family.
I truly want to thank everyone over at Fox 13 for genuinely welcoming me since day one and making me feel right at home. We have an amazing future together, and I can't wait to see what we all do next. Now, speaking of next, up next, it's time for events to know about. Hey guys, Besa Gordon here with some good news. I have a chance for you to win Beyonce tickets. She's going to be over at Lumen Field on September 14th, and if you don't have your tickets, I got you. Make sure that you're listening to me on Hits 106.1 Sunday, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., and during the week, 7 p.m. to midnight, because dude, as long as you're listening to Hits, you are never more than 20 minutes away from winning some Beyonce tickets. And also, if you're not going to be in the car, it's cool. Just listen in on the iHeartRadio app. It's time for events to know about, where I tell you all about the events happening around the city you need to know. First up, Moneybag Yo is at Showbox Soto on Tuesday, September 12th. Thursday, September 14th, Beyonce is going to be at Lumen Field. And like I said earlier, the traffic is going to be a little wild, so be prepared. Under 21 open mic night is happening at Skylar West Seattle Thursday, September 14th. The Sessions, which will feature live performances, happens on September 15th at the New Frontier Lounge in Tacoma. Black and Loud Fest 2023 goes down at the Crocodile on September 23rd. B-Town Fiesta is at Burien Town Square Park Saturday, September 23rd. Wanawari's 2023 Walk the Block Art Festival and Fundraiser is Saturday, September 30th at Wanawari. 6 Black is bringing his Since I Have a Love tour to WAMU Theater on October 5th. The Soul of a Woman 4, a tribute to Black women in music, will go down at the Federal Way Performing Arts and Events Center on October 7th. And lastly, the signature upscale daily party will happen Sunday, October 8th at the Rainier Yacht Club. Know of events happening I should shout out next week? Shoot me an email at Back2Besa@wherewecconverge.com. As usual, we like to end each episode with an affirmation. This week's is, I am brave and I choose to be the architect of my life. I have the power to change myself and I trust I will make great decisions. Not gonna hold you, this one really hits home for me because if I can be honest with y'all, at times my self-doubt and imposter syndrome are my biggest enemies. And it's truly something I've struggled with for years. But if we want to get to the next level, we have to keep pushing and do the necessary work to get past those mental blocks. Trust me, your future self will thank you for it. Now that's it for this week's episode of Back to Besa. If you have anything you want me to know about, shoot me an email at Back2Besa@wherewecconverge.com and catch me in Seattle on Hits 106.1 weekdays 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. and in Portland Saturdays 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Jammin' 107.5. Thank you for watching, and as usual, have an amazing rest of your day, and of course, keep that energy high.